It's the worst drought in over a century in South African city of Cape Town. Fearing the worst, and residents of the port city are preparing for the so-called zero day. Take a look.
As Cape Town suffers the region's worst drought in over a century, locals here are preparing for the worst. The city has announced that it could be forced to shut off the taps in the middle of May, a deadline that has become known as Day Zero. Meanwhile, anxious residents are doing what they can to reduce their daily water consumption, collecting an additional 25-litre ration at one of the city's natural springs.
We've just sort of had to reconfigure our lives in a way that there is no municipal water, because that's what it is required of us in terms of preparing for Day Zero. Opening that tap and there's nothing.
But in some parts of the city, like this informal settlement, not having running water is a fact of life. Residents here rely on communal taps. While Cape Town's wealthier areas account for 65% of the city's overall water consumption, these densely populated communities only use around 5%. And when the taps are off, it is more than just an inconvenience.
Oh, it's terrible. Because sometimes there's not even a note when they shut out the water is shut out. You just when you go to the tap and the tap switch off, and you are working, the kids supposed to go to school, and by the toilet, so the hygiene as well is affecting us because we don't have water to flush the shared toilet.
Under police supervision, residents will have to queue for their daily 25 litres water ration. Officials say plans are in place to protect those who are most vulnerable. Cape Town city centre and hospitals will remain on the municipal water supply, while old age homes and orphanages will have water delivered via large tankers.
A little bit more push from everybody's side, we can avoid Day Zero altogether, and I can tell you nobody will be happier than myself and the disaster management officials in the water department, because even if Day Zero ran perfectly, the misery and the social and financial impact on the city would be devastating.
The Theewaterskloof Dam, a reservoir supplying the city with water, has already dropped to 12.5% in recent months, and experts warn that anything below 10% could be unusable. In an attempt to tap into any possible alternative sources, the city has even started to drill boreholes to make use of aquifers, although the environmental impact of these schemes is yet unknown.